Jets get called out by defensive coordinator with run defense not up to our standards. The Jets' defense has been the backbone of its turnaround over the last 2 weeks, allowing only 2 total touchdowns against the Jaguars and Dolphins. But there's still room for improvement. Defensive coordinator Casey Rogers called out his defensive line this week, pointing out that they are ranked 29th against the run in the NFL, surrendering 143.8 yards per game this season. That's not up to our standards, being ranked 29th in the league, defensive end Muhammad Wilkerson said. And we got challenged this week by Coach Rogers, coming up to the D-line and telling us what we're ranked. We want to accept the challenge and do our jobs. The Jets have given up 175 or more yards in 3 of their first 4 games. But they've also surrendered all those yards against some of the best running backs in the NFL, including LaShawn McCoy, Marshawn Lynch and Leonard Fournette. The Jets also held Miami standout Jay Ajayi to under 20 yards. Cleveland's feature back Isaiah Crowell is averaging only 2.9 yards per carry this season, 134 yards on 46 carries, so if he has a big game it might be time to worry. Josh McCown thought he would be playing in Cleveland this season for the final year of his contract. But that all changed when the Browns decided to release him. And it's worked out well for McCown. In 2 years in Cleveland, McCown made only 11 starts and won only 1 game. Now, with the Jets, he's won 2 games in the last 2 weeks and has a chokehold on the starting role. I'm glad it worked out the way it did, McCown said. McCown admitted his time in Cleveland wasn't easy. But he said he's rooting for the Browns, with the exception of this weekend. Obviously, we wish we would have won more games and it had gone better, McCown said. But we learned from it. They are obviously the process of trying to build their own thing there, and I wish them the best. Donahue out for season. Jets rookie linebacker Dylan Donahue will have season-ending elbow surgery in the coming days. The Jets placed him on injured reserve Wednesday. Donahue suffered the injury covering a punt in overtime of Sunday's 23-20 win over Jacksonville. The team also signed defensive lineman Ed Stinson and linebacker Abum Gwacom as a corresponding move. The Jets had an open roster spot after cutting tight end Will Ty on Tuesday. Ty was cut by the Giants after the 4th preseason game. Notes forward/injuries. Wide receiver Jalen Marshall is eligible to practice after returning from his 4-game suspension for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs. But it's unclear if he'll be on the active roster Sunday at Cleveland. The Jets have an exemption which allows them to keep Marshall on the suspended list that runs out on Monday, when they must make their final decision. Injury report: 4 Jets didn't practice on Wednesday: defensive end Coney Ely, shoulder; Matt Forte, toe; linebacker Josh Martin, ankle; and cornerback Daryl Roberts, hamstring. Tight end Jordan Leggett, knee; tackle Brandon Shell, shoulder; defensive end Muhammad Wilkerson, shoulder; and guard Brian Winters, abdomen, were all limited. Quarterback Josh McCown, right shoulder, was listed on the injury report, but practiced fully.